Are you not finished, Hunter? You cannot win this fight. If you were so damn determined to challenge yourself, congratulations. You've done it. We've practically destroyed half of the rooms in my house. Priceless antiques, art, keepsakes from ages beyond your lifetime. Ruined. My handcrafted saltire. Do not call it that damned Saint Whoever's cross. You shredded my coat, my vest, snatched the glasses off of my face after punching me, which is incredibly rude. So what is it? What do you want? Do you seek death? Is that truly why you've come here? Are there not less bothersome ways to achieve that? Ways that don't involve giving me endless housework and chores to make my space livable again? Please, no one in their right mind could live under these circumstances. I saw what you did in the study. You started pulling all the books out of their place, and once you realized they weren't going to lead to a secret doorway, you just started putting them back, out of order. By the way, it was the lantern on the wall beside the bookcase. You have to pull it and twist it to the side, then the case opens. Yes, well, at least you've managed to get on my nerves. Why haven't I killed you yet? Because I don't want to harm any human. Not anymore. There was a time where I would kill indiscriminately. I'd feast without care. I was a terror. After a certain amount of time, and no shortage of unpleasantness with my peers, I came to realize that none of it mattered. That no amount of fear or power or influence was going to make things any less of a bore. So I built this place, so I could store all of my secrets, all of my knowledge, all of me. And I sequestered myself from the world, as it should be. And then, you came to kill me. Part of me wishes you could, but you can't. No magic necessary. Just too much pride. I may be tired. I may be uninterested in whatever dark revelry there is left for me to indulge in. But I'll not die to some fool who thought they could waltz into my halls and test themselves against me. I can't allow that. So why? Why all of this? You can't have just showed up on a rainy night and chose violence. Well, I would settle for the truth over this fabrication of yours, even if it's just as ridiculous. Oh yes, I'm well aware. Other vampires can't stand me. I've been called coward, prude, all sorts of silly names by my lessers. So, what? You heard about me. I'm not unworthy of your blade, Hunter. I'm not good. I don't want to be good. I'm simply retired. Just because the horrors I inflicted on the world were committed when you were but a stray seed in your father's sack doesn't mean they didn't happen, or I am any less vile. Nor do I feel the need to repent. I am not sorry. I am merely done. Good. You've got me right where you want me. Blade to my throat, body pressed against mine. And still, you hesitate. May I tell you something, Hunter? A theory of mine. Before I became what I am today, when I was just a mortal man, I was nothing, a servant to a vile man. I was merely a tool. But there was someone, one person, who offered me kindness. They were well above my station, and yet they treated me with respect and goodness, rarely afforded to anyone at all, never mind someone so beneath them. For a time, they made my life bearable. I was turned some time later that year after meeting them. I thought it was a blessing at the time. It may have been. A freshly turned vampire is a hungry one. Or at least, that's what I was led to believe, and acted upon. The entire estate was a feast for me. My wicked master, his family, the others I served with, and then that gentle soul who was good to me was all that was left. Covered in blood, bearing my fangs, lusting for one more bite. They were worried about me. They still saw me. And they asked if I was happier now. No fear, no doubt, just kindness and understanding. Like it was all they knew. That was a very, very long time ago. Centuries? But I remember the scent. I remember their scent. And I know that you can't be all that different from that person. So if my hunch is correct, someone, a few branches up on that family tree of yours, wouldn't harm a soul, even if their life depended on it. You've heard my story before, haven't you? Funny that you'd become such a seasoned hunter after hearing a tale like that. But you're not bad at it. Tell me, did that person, your great whomever, did that person lead a happy life? Clearly, if they've planted seeds that grew into saplings like you, They must have found joy. Good. That's good. No, that's not why I didn't hurt you. When fighting for my life, I don't really care where you've come from. I'd rip your throat out if it suited me. But it does make letting you live even more satisfying. So, is this where you finish what you've started? Or is there something else you want? Now what kind of reaction is that? It's like relief and frustration. You are a mess of a human, you know that? Well, I'm sure you're well aware, but some things do bear reiteration. Well, I'm happy you've had this experience, but I'm afraid my hospitality has reached its limit. If you're not going to stab me with that, then you're welcome to leave. Hunter, what is it you really came here for? Sure, maybe the legend you heard about me piqued your curiosity, and then hearing about some sort of peaceful vampire made you wonder if there was some tall, handsome, red-haired devil that matched the description from that tale. But there's something you're still hiding. There's no sense in fighting it now, dear. For someone who has killed so many of my kin, could it be that there's a part of you that's curious? Curious about what it might be like to fall prey to the creatures of the night that you've been hunting. As a hunter, it would be heresy to give yourself to a vampire. We are the enemy. We're worse than scum. We're the virus you so desperately want to stamp out. Oh my. Dear. That theory of mine is evolving a bit now. Don't tell me. You became a hunter so you could track down the one vampire you knew might offer you kindness. Maybe more than kindness. Because you knew his story. Because he fancied a human once upon a time. Oh, if your hunter friends knew your intentions, they'd do worse to you than any vampire could. If they knew you, you wanted to know the sting of fangs piercing flesh. And that's the truth of it then. You have a fetish, a naughty little kink that you've never been able to satisfy, and you... I have to commend you for earning it. Oh, of course you had to see if I was worthy of you, of tasting you, truly tasting you. That sip I had earlier was nothing. When it comes to blood, it's best served straight from the tap. You were right to make this a challenge. If you hadn't worked me up all night with our brawl, I would have sent you home with a firm scolding. And maybe I still should. Let you live with the shame of knowing that for the rest of your time, I know your dirty little secret. So what do I think? I think you are terribly pretty, and I've not had a taste in so long. A willing candidate, not only for my fangs, but perhaps more. My claws. Or would you rather I pierce you with something else? No. I assure you, while my flesh may be cold, all the right parts still know how to heat up. Remember what I said about my will? That goes for my own body as well. If I want it, I have it. So believe me, I have everything to offer you, Hunter. No, I don't think you'll need that anymore, will you? Come, I have so many things to show you.